Going to a football match in the middle of pandemic feels like an undergoing induced test in the ability to be sure. A pre-match message instructs me to arrive at Hampden Park in Glasgow 3 hours before Scotland kick off against the Republic. I must wear a mask at all times. I must take in all food from my micro bag into a plastic bag provided by the stadium, and all the catering allowed will dish up. So no fancy burgers or cartoon stuff like Pepsi to keep me going. When I immediately turn up to the stadium, 3 hours early, the crowd are predictably sparked. The pub outside the ground overflowed with supporters wrapped in Scotland flag looked like a tempting alternative. But when I suggest to a store that might go get a drink ahead of the game, a look of concern crosses her kindly face. Be careful which pub you're going to, she said. They will see you coming. What is she referring to? Could it be the Downs book bag A4 side that I'm clutching? I have given my spare ticket to Rear Scott, my friend Alastair, but he's from Edinburgh, so also not 100% at home in Glasgow. We decided to take the advice and skip the pub. Inside the stadium, we encounter a fan in the loudest tartan suit I ever seen, including a tiny tartan cloth bag. I pose for a photo with him and then he tells me, I had a tailor-made son. It fits me like a glove. It is not just COVID regulation that make this unique and peculiar for tournament. Euro 2020, as a real fast insists on calling it, has also become sucked into the culture wars. National football team are symbol of the nation, but that is not a straightforward task at a time when national identity is so fiercely contested. The pressing issue for Scotland it is independent, for England it is race. English football team had decided to take the knee before matches as a protest against racism, but each time they do it, they are booed by a significant section of their own supporters. Even the government seems uncertain about how to respond. After hesitating for a while, Boris Johnson, Prime Minister, condemned the booing and urged fans to get behind the team. But two members of his cabinet, Jacob Rees-Mogg and Priti Patel, defended the protest, with Rees-Mogg suggesting that the protesters are not expressing racism, but condemning the masses of Black Lives Matter movement. Patel, Britain's Home Secretary, has accused the party of involvement in players from the England team who speaking press conferences on the confined to discussing tactics, injuries, and the police side of him, now being asked to react from secretary. It would be natural to assume that cabinet minister are better suited than footballers, but the Johnson government has reason to be wary of the clashing with the England team. Last year, it went down to Vietnamese cricket when it took on Marcus Rashford over the extension of his tournament for families. If or for families. The Manchester United and England were mobilized on millions signature behind the petition and forced the Johnson government to change tack. The 23-year-old Rashford Corporation for 2020 included a Zoom call with Barack Obama, while plenty of tourists are prepared to grumble about the welcome Rashford. None are willing to take him in public. The culture wars over football are not just happening in Britain. The motivation doesn't seem to turn Russia ahead of their opening game. They were also booed by the crowd. Doubtless the Russian also protesting against Marxism. Viktor Orban, Prime Minister of Hungary, one of the host nations for the 2020, defended fans who usually think that anything the Hungarian city disaster operation. Orban is himself a right-wing supporter who has become a hero to the Trump's right in America by issuing vocal warnings about the elder dangers of European flooded by Muslims. Flooded by Muslims. England team voted by Muslims, but even the moderate conservatives are uncomfortable with football taking the knee. One prominent Tory thinker in Britain managed to make a football is going for display, but now the national team has become a source of division. I can see what this year's tournament will never really brings back memories of Euro 96. Euro 96. When England also played against Wembley and the whole country seemed to get behind the team in a complicated sort of way. Back then, half the stadium all joining the scene of the blue line football's coming on. Now the stadiums are largely empty and some of the home crowd actually from the place. For somebody who has been to many England games over the years, I know that the team of Netherlands is with us. Not illusion. England games have always attracted a substantial number of the hooligan far-right supporters who frequent press conference and normally confined to discussing tactics, injuries, and the team's inside. 나비야 주가 consecutive. Maybe that's just assume that you can miss that are good stuff so other something like this. Now the national team has become both. I can see why this year's tournament inevitably brings my memory reunite. When England also played their games at Wembley and the whole country they seemed to get behind the team in an uncomplicated sort of way. Back then packed the stadium, all joining the same of the lines of football coming on. And now the stadiums are largely empty and some of those crowds actually bring the players. As somebody who has been to many England games over the years, I know that the idea that he was never mixed up with politics or race is an illusion. England games have always attracted a substantial number of Saudi hooligans and far-right supporters whose trademark chant is "No surrender to RA." At the last European Football Championship in France in the ugly tradition of English football hooliganism emerged. When I remarked to another fan that I didn't particularly enjoy being caught up in a near riot, outside a bar in Marseille, I was told curtly, if you don't like it, you should stay at home and watch the game on television. Football ground in the 1970s was also where I saw the most over racing that I ever witnessed in Britain. It was routine to see black players bark by booze and monkey noises. The football authorities and commentators were silent about this for many years. So if national side feel they want to make a statement about racism, it is hard to accuse them of bringing politics into the public space. The politics, particularly the racial politics, have always been there. The identity issues are rather different for Scotland. Euro 2020 comes as the Scottish government is ramping up demand for a second independent referendum. This is the first major international tournament the team has qualified for since 1998, neatly fitting the narrative of national revival. Arriving in Scotland for the first game of the tournament, I find the local paper full of optimism. In recognition of the enormity of the occasion, the Scottish government has even allowed school staff lessons to allow the kids to watch the game against Czech live. As a visiting English fan, I wonder how I feel about all this. I grew up supporting Scotland in big international tournaments. I had little options since England failed to qualify for the World Cup in 1974 and 1978. But British identity was less complicated back then. Packed the stadium. The anthem played for the Scotland side that lined up to play Brazil in 1974 was God Save the Queen, although the recording does not show the Scottish play looking particularly delighted. Today, the crowd and team will be belting off Love Scholar loud enough to drown out conversation. The team start the game. Conversation. Loud enough to drown out conversation. The team start the game with all the expected passion and tune for. Their captain Dilberson can be seen gesturing to his player to calm down. Then the Czech score and they are sucked out of the stadium. At halftime, which I choose spend in the toilet next to hand dryer, the warmest spot in Hampden, there is hopeful chatter around the that Scotland might be able to win this round. But early in the second half, football history is made by the Czech. Patrick Schick, the team centre forward, gets the ball on the halfway line and floats the ball over the Scots goalkeeper into the net. It is one of the most brilliant goals any of us will ever witness. The crowd is now almost totally silent, apart from a tiny group of cheering Czechs on the other side of the stadium, and a group of children near me who continue happily shouting for Scotland, while the other around them was frozen in horror. After the match, Alastair reminds me that Scottish fans are used to bitter disappointment. Making the national football team a symbol of the nation is double-edged sword. Imagine them scoring wonderful goals and celebrating with the fans. But what if your goalkeeper floundering flew on his back and tangled them in the net? Euro 2020 has already delivered humbling setback for two football-mad populist leaders. Orban gave permission for capacity crowd to attend Hungary's opening games in Budapest against Portugal, only to see the national side lose 3-0. The Secretary Erdogan, President of Turkey, traveled to Azerbaijan and sat in a place of honor in the stand next to Azerbaijan, from where he was able to see Turkey go down to a 2-0 defeat against Wales. England fans also have a habit disappointing their most ardent fan. The side often portrays as the embodiment of what we like to believe are national characteristic: courage, calmness under pressure. In fact, as a recent piece by Don Liu in The Guardian pointed out, England are uniquely better at holding a lead in a tournament. The numbers seem to suggest they might even be bottlers, and that O'Hersey, the French and Italians are much better at holding their nerve when they take lead. If Gareth Southgate, the England manager, can somehow break this cycle and turn England into winning outfit, it will potentially provide a huge boost to the Johnson government that is desperate for symbol of the success of Brexit Britain. But Southgate has subtly but unmistakably positioned himself to the left of the government taking the knee. He leads a multiracial team and has continually defended the right to make statements on subjects other than football. It has become accepted wisdom in Britain that cultural wars always work better for the right than the left, but football may be an exception. A poll taken across Europe before Euro 2020 showed 54% of English football fans supported taking the knee, with 39% opposed. If the England keep winning, the number in favour may rise along with the team's popularity. For once, the right may find itself on the wrong end of culture war. For the duration of Euro 2020, I will care much less about who wins the culture war than who wins the tournament. For Scotland, Euro 2020 began with a deflating defeat. The England team disappointed their fans almost as reliably as the Scots. So slightly later in the day, on the other hand, this is a weird tournament. It's taking place in the middle of pandemic, the stadiums are quarter full, and England are playing half decently. I am allowing myself to for the weirdest outcome of the lot. An England victory.